first thing I want to do is apologize for those of you that were here at noon today and I was not. We had a situation that we had to take care of. I will try not to let it happen again, but again, I do apologize. So last week when we were here, we were talking about what a virtual assistant is and what a virtual assistant does for you. This week, I would like to talk about what the benefits of hiring a virtual assistant are over, say, a full-time employee. But before that, I do want to give you a little bit of history about myself. I grew up in uh, a military family. My dad was in the Navy, and so we grew up on military bases. So I think a lot of my work ethic comes from that military background. We were expected to go to work to work. We weren't expected to go to work to play around. We weren't expected to go to work to make that paycheck. We were expected to be there to get the job done. Whatever our bosses needed us to do, that's what we were expected to do. So fast forward a number of years when I started working. Um, I was about 15 when I got my first job, and I don't like being idle. Again, growing up in the military background, we weren't allowed to be idle really. So I was always asking my managers, what else do you need me to do? What do you need help with? I would get my stuff done and be like, okay, how can I help you? What else needs to be done? Fast forward even further into my late 20s, that's when I really saw a disconnect between what a business owner or manager has to do, has to accomplish in a day, and what an employee is able to do for them or is willing to do for them with the time and the money available. So that being said, I decided to open my virtual assistant business in 2009 and to help small business owners and employers, managers, fill that gap between what needs to be done and what's actually getting done. So having the benefits of a virtual assistant, moving into that now, one of the biggest benefits that you're going to see is that it increases productivity. You're able to get more done in a smaller amount of time. You've got so many hours in a day. You've got so many employees working. You're trying to get stuff done. You hire a virtual assistant, and that gives you an extra person that's able to get all of your stuff completed. So the quantity of the work that you're getting done is much higher with a virtual assistant. Efficiency is also improved when you hire a virtual assistant. Things are done in a more timely manner. The effort it takes to get things done is a lot. It takes a smaller amount of effort to get all these things done. Also, a virtual assistant will bring to the table a group of resources that you might not have, so that if there's something you need that you don't know how to get done, or if there's something that, like software, they bring different software programs to the table that you're able to utilize. So the efficiency is there. Those non-profitable processes, we talked a little bit about that last week. Those are the items that are sitting on the corner of your desk that you just don't have time to get to. You're busy. You're trying to network. You're trying to grow your business. You're trying to run your business. You're trying to, hire employees, keep employees happy. You just don't have time to get to everything. There are only so many hours in a day. So a virtual assistant can focus on those non-profitable processes for you so that you have more time to network. You have more time to grow your business. You have more time to devote to your full-time employees, and still get those processes done. And I would say that the absolute largest way a virtual assistant is going to benefit your business is that it's going to drastically decrease your labor cost. And let me show you in a slide here that I have your labor costs. Say for example, you hire a full-time employee in at $15 an hour. So you're paying that employee $15 an hour, which equates to approximately $31,000 a year. You also have to consider approximately 15% of that cost goes towards employee taxes. Approximately 17% of that cost goes towards benefit costs. 23% goes towards overhead costs such as desks, office supplies, the coffee maker, the break room supplies, that kind of stuff. And then you've got about 38% for the first 2 weeks that goes towards training a new employee on everything they need to do. So that $15 an hour employee that you just hired is really costing you about $28.95 an hour. So you hired them in at $31.2 for the year, when in reality, with everything included, you're paying them about $48,852 for the year. A virtual assistant is going to charge you $35 an hour. That's it. You don't pay any benefit costs because they're not an employee. They're a contracted individual. So you don't pay any employee costs. You don't pay any of the benefits or the overhead. And they should come fully trained unless it's a specific software, in which case you might just have to spend a little bit of time training, but typically it's not near what you would with an hourly employee. Also, that $28.95 that you see there at the bottom does not include any type of bonuses or commissions that employee might make. And you have to pay them for 40 hours a week. So basically, your $28.95 employee, or your $15 an hour employee, is actually costing you about $35 an hour anyway. But you're paying them 40 hours a week, whether they're working that 40 hours a week or not. Virtual assistant, you can hire specifically for the number of hours you're going to need them to work. You only need them 5 hours a week, you hire them for 5 hours a week, and that's all you're paying for. Keep in mind also that an hourly employee, you end up paying for things like internet surfing on company time, that last in, first out mentality that a lot of employees have, personal phone calls that are made not only on the clock, but typically on your phone if it's an office phone, water cooler gossip time, and personal errands that are often run on company time. So you're paying for them to be there, and then you're paying them for that non-productive time as well. So you will find that if you hire a virtual assistant, your labor costs will decrease drastically. You only pay for the actual time that they work rather than for the costly non-work time. So again, this is just a few of the benefits. I know you can go out there online and find numerous more benefits that are available for hiring a virtual assistant. These are, I would say, probably the biggest benefits: productivity, efficiency, and labor costs. Labor cost is probably the biggest one. So just another reason to think about outsourcing some of those things that you don't have time to do. If you have any questions or need anything, need anything clarified for you, feel free to reach out to me. My phone number is 314-650-9784. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time.